Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to the Brother Ben X Show. Today we're going to be interviewing a sister named Dawn. I actually went to high school with this sister and I found out that she has her own beauty salon. The reason I'm starting this series is because we're all gods and we're all made to be doing something for ourselves. So what I want to do is highlight those who are striving to do something for themselves so that their story can inspire others to be what they're supposed to be. This sister is in her 20s and she talks about the struggles that she had to overcome being so young and running her own beauty salon. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said if you're not busy doing something for yourself, then you're not alive.
The activity of life, this is what business is. The first four letters B-U-S-I. The I is interchangeable with Y, busy. When you're doing nothing, you're not alive. A busy person has to be busy doing something that nature requires. Nature requires every living thing to do something for itself. It may be a worm, but it ain't looking to another worm. Hey, you got anything for me? Look how silly you look. Big grown man or woman at Tennessee State, working on a degree and then going out begging somebody. You got a job for me? Suppose he told you, no, I ain't got no job for you. What you gonna do then? How are you gonna make a job for yourself? See, if this is what you come to Tennessee State for, to get education, to go out and beg the white man for a job, you in bad shape, brother and sister, because he don't have enough jobs for his millions of unemployed, and history says he will look out for himself first if you get a shake at all.
I came up with the questions while I was sitting at the shop waiting on her to arrive. The reason I didn't tell her the questions ahead of time is because I wanted the answers to come from her heart. I didn't want anything to be made up. I wanted the audience, I wanted you to see the real struggle that we're going to have to overcome to do for self.
My name is Dawn Thomas. I was brought up in Dallas, Texas, born and raised with a very religious mother and father, a very loving family, very supportive of everything that I did. I graduated from DeSoto High School, and then I went off to college for 2 years in Atlanta, Georgia. I always loved her since I was a little girl. I think I always watched my mom. She was kind of into her. She didn't really do it as a career, but it was kind of a cultural thing. I guess being raised up in a black community, heritage always have been in my life. I started off in the house, and then it kind of got pretty dangerous. That's when I kind of started trying to open my own business because we had all kind of strangers coming in and out of the home. So that was one of the main reasons I started looking into owning a salon. A lot of difficulty became from me being very young, not having a lot of credit, being able to get loans and things in my name. That was one of the hardest things about getting a salon. After I opened, the first thing was being competition to a lot of other salons that was around us. Being, again, that I was very young, a lot of people didn't take me serious as a stylist, so.
But before I can get wisdom in you to do business that will make war on the sorry economic condition of our people, you have to understand how moral correctness will affect your economic condition.
It was hard. A lot of nights I did cry because I felt like I wasn't being heard, and it kind of just make you want to go harder. I know when we first opened up, we had one of the other salons kind of try to bully us, and the owner of the establishment was basically like, well, they've been here longer than you, so they have seniority over you. So that was kind of hurtful.
Do you know that the ant is such a tremendous creature that it is on every continent except the North Pole and South Pole? How did the ants get there? They crossed the ocean. How did they do that? Check them out. See, you living in Nashville or whatever little burg you live in, and you hardly leave your city. But you can't go in no continent and not find an ant. How did they get there? And you can't go nowhere on the earth and you will not find a Jewish presence. Business is warfare.
That was one of the things I had to just get through. Basically, the first thing was keep God first. I prayed about everything, every move I made. I prayed through it. I prayed after it. I kept my family first. They were very supportive through everything. I guess keeping a level head, staying humble. Those were a few principles I tried to stay by. Yes, I have a team of 7 girls. It's very important because without them, I probably wouldn't even have gone this long. They helped me pretty much do everything.
What business could we open up right here to serve some of the needs of our people? See, you can't do it by yourself. You have to realize that your strength is in working together.
It is difficult because I've never managed a team before now. We kind of just have meetings every other month just to talk about some of the things we can improve or how good we did the previous month, or just to kind of make everything go a little smoother. We just kind of sit down. We go out sometimes from time to time just so everything won't always be about work. I've learned a lot. I've learned not to be as selfish as I was because this is kind of like a sisterhood at the end of the day. We're not just co-workers. We kind of have to have a bond in order to make the environment more opening to the clients.
Now, have you ever had a job?
Yeah, I worked a lot of places when I was in college.
What are some of the benefits of you having your own business?
Well, from having a job, I learned customer service. A lot of people who haven't worked in customer service and go straight into owning a business have a bad customer service. So I did learn customer service and working with people, and it's one of the main things when you're working with clients all day long.
In your opinion, what's the difference between the lifestyle of having a job and then having your own business?
I think the difference is discipline, because you don't have a boss standing over you telling you to go to work, go home, clock in, clock out. You have to have discipline because a lot of people don't, and they know they can choose their own days, choose their own hours, and that's one of the main things is to have discipline with yourself.
Now, when you have a job, people hate, Mondays and they love Fridays basically because they don't want to go to work. But I'm pretty sure you put in more hours on your own business because you got to manage it. So can you describe the feeling that you have, even though you got to put in more hours than you are on a job, can you describe the feeling that you have owning your own business?
It's really no word to describe the feeling when you own your own business. It's no off days. You never off. My off days are Sundays and Mondays, but even on those days, I'm working all day, trying to make sure everything's in order. That's it.
Now, I did some past project with this beauty supply store, and she said that the Koreans they stopped her from getting certain things, so they'll look out for their own to where she couldn't get certain products that everybody was buying. Do you have that same difficulty? Is it difficult for you to get hair in different products?
Yes, because a lot of people like to keep the good products very secretive. That way they can have us buy them from them instead of us being able to purchase them and distribute them to the Black community.
Right now, who's running the record industry? Who's running Hollywood? Who's running the educational system, the legal system, the medical system? See, they're smart people. Don't hold it against them. hold it against yourself for not learning by watching others who are successful so that we can be successful.
Well, me and my friend did sit down and talk about how we can probably come together and try to own a lot of businesses that the Koreans and Asians own, but it's hard because they own a lot of stuff, and if we don't all come together and try to do it as a community, it really won't get done with just a couple of people. A lot of it is online now, word of mouth. Most people have to actually go overseas to meet a lot of people and to find a lot of products and things like that. I'll say don't stop, because it's gonna get harder. It does not get easier. Things happen, things are gonna go wrong, and a lot of stuff is gonna try to deter you from opening your business or whatever your goal is. Just don't stop. My Facebook is Don Thomas, Instagram Don Dollars. I have a Snapchat, Don Dollar, no Z. And Don Storehouse is my salon, 4353 Gannon Lane, Suite 108. Come see us.
Are you made in the image and the likeness of God? Do you believe that? You do? Well then, who are you? David the psalmist said, ye are all God's children of the Most High God. Now you need to think about that, because you have the potential to master anything that you wish to study. God didn't bring you here to be mediocre. Mediocrity does not belong to God. You can't go out there and find a mediocre bee, a mediocre ant, a mediocre worm, a mediocre tree, a mediocre bush. Everything that God creates has the mark of his absolute majesty on what he created, and you are the best of his creation. So you might as well start thinking now, I can master this. Don't go into the class saying, oh, this is too hard. See, that's a wrong attitude. I just can't do this. That professor's too rough, man. I can't do this. My teacher Elijah Muhammad said to me, when God created the heavens and the earth from nothing, he destroyed the impossible. So as a Christian, what do you say? I can do all things through Christ, which strengtheneth me. Do you believe that? Then go on and master whatever you're studying at Johnson C. Smith. And we got to work together to make sure that the historically black colleges and universities remain open, because every advancement that we made was from students that came out of historically black colleges and universities. So that's your inheritance. Go on and take it and make J.C. Smith proud of you, make your parents proud of you, make your people proud of you. And don't come out of here looking to white folks for a job. Come out of here thinking, I'm going to try to create a job for myself and my people. Thank you for listening.
Get your money, man. Get your bread up. Gotta do for yourself. Know you fed up. Get your study on. All praise be to God. Stay read up. Die, never let up. Everyone that I'm around already know what I'm about. Build heaven on earth. Gotta catch up Elijah, Muhammad Ali. Farrakhan, Malcolm X. Now, man, what about me?